Great Marketer Video Series, Jeff Bezos, an assignment for the marketing strategy class in the MBA program at Bowling Green State University. Made by Logan Everett, James Carolyn, Nico Lautinen, and narrated by Presley Motes. This profile of Jeff Bezos is part of a series of great marketers compiled by MBA students studying marketing strategy at Bowling Green State University. Early life. Jeff Bezos was born in 1964 in Albuquerque, New Mexico, to his teenage mother and biological father, who later left the small family. His mother remarried a Cuban immigrant, Mike Bezos, and the family later moved to Miami, where Bezos attended high school. In high school, Bezos started his first company, Dream Institute, which was an educational summer camp for 4th, 5th, and 6th graders. After high school, Bezos attended Princeton and majored in computer science and electrical engineering. Post-graduation, Bezos worked on Wall Street for an investment firm and soon became the company's youngest senior vice president. He quit his job on Wall Street in 1994 and decided to take a risk and move to Seattle and start his own company selling books on the internet, which at the time wasn't well known or utilized. The start of Amazon. Bezos started Amazon.com in 1995, only selling books on the internet. The internet wasn't well known or used during this time, but within 30 days, Amazon.com sold books in 46 countries without press promotions. Within 2 months, sales reached $20,000 a week and grew rapidly from this period on. With Bezos not entirely believing in a marketing strategy during the early days of Amazon, he did believe that his products would sell themselves based on the quality and word of mouth. Bezos made the decision to make Amazon public in 1997 and began to diversify his product line on the website. With the diversification and realization of Bezos that he could sell virtually anything, the yearly sales jumped from $510,000 in 1995 to over $17 billion in 2011. His early belief on not marketing now changed. He began to realize that to compete with his ever-increasing competition, that he needed to use advertising and a marketing plan to stay ahead and sell his more diverse product line that included the Alexa products, his grocery service, and entertainment branch. Now Amazon is valued over $1 trillion, which has led Bezos to venture out into the entrepreneurial opportunities such as Blue Origin, starting a school, and buying the Washington Post, all of which are businesses Bezos cherishes and loves to put his work into. Willingness to fail. Jeff Bezos' success is largely based on his belief that failure is a necessary part of success. He said, "It's not optional. We believe in failing early and iterating until we get it right." 3 years later, he added, "Amazon is the best place to fail in the world." I found this to be very interesting. You've heard it time and time again to not be afraid to fail. But let's be honest, everybody is afraid to fail. Failure does not feel good. Jeff Bezos has successfully created a culture where it is acceptable to fail. In fact, some of his largest failures have added up to almost $1 billion. He stated, "Failure comes part and parcel with invention. I can't argue this, as his failures do not compare to the worth of his largest success, Amazon, which is worth over $1 trillion. This is in part due to his willingness to try new things. He described it as, "I believe in the power of wondering." He also believes, "All of my best decisions in business and in life have been made with my heart, intuition, guts, not analysis." This is very interesting to me because a large part of how we measure a business's success is through analysis. I know he isn't ignoring all analysis when he is investing in startups or buying other companies, but it does make me wonder to what extent he values his intuition over analysis. Innovative characteristics. There are so many positive characteristics used to describe Jeff Bezos' work ethic and business mind. Being that he is the wealthiest person this planet has ever seen, it is certainly necessary that these need to be required. One of these characteristics is that he has an incredible attention to detail. Before skill, talent, intelligence, or any other factor, attention to detail is the most important part and is the foundation of your success. I think the same thing can be said about the business world. Jeff Bezos is making sure that he has an extremely strong foundation before any other factor is set in place. He is constantly studying the market at all times, and going back to his startup days, he saw that the World Wide Web was growing at 2,300%. He said that when something is growing that fast, you can't take your eyes off of it. Attention to detail is one of the reasons that he is as successful as he is today and helped propel his career entirely. He also said, patience, persistence, and obsessive attention to detail is imperative for any aspiring business owner or executive. Another characteristic that he possesses is his self-confidence, business knowledge, and abilities. When he was first starting out with his idea of selling books on the World Wide Web, which nobody at the time really knew about, someone asked him a question along the lines of, why start the company with that much risk? He answered quickly and said, self-confidence and optimism. Without a vision and hope in what you invest your valuable time and resources in, there isn't much you can do to be successful. Lastly, he is consistently a step ahead of his respective competitors. He was talking about how people from Wall Street would always call him on his quarterly success. He would obviously thank them, but he said that he would think to tell himself, that quarter was baked 3 to 4 years ago. Many CEOs and executives don't think that way and tend to not look that much into the future, which is where he gets his advantage. Bezos is always looking into the future to ensure success. When he first introduced AWS into the market, he didn't have like-minded competition for 7 years, which is completely and entirely ahead of. He mentioned that he has never heard of that kind of business luck in history. Keys to success. One of the things that he does best at Amazon, and the reason the company is one of the most profitable in the world, is taking care of his customers. Of his list of importance, customer is the number one priority for his business, and he constantly says that over and over again. Treat the customer as your child. You need to be obsessively compulsive over the customer rather than the competitor. Unlike Steve Jobs and Apple, Jeff Bezos implemented a customer loyalty program, as most of you know, called Amazon Prime. At first, Prime failed because of how expensive shipping was, but they eventually were able to cut shipping costs down significantly. Talks about in the interview that nothing will stop him, he talks about in the interview how nothing will stop him from serving his customers, and he really does value all of their insights, opinions, and information. Another important focus that contributes to his success is the fact that from an internal standpoint, he values teamwork over anything else. He often relies on his team to make semi-important decisions. He says that the major senior executives want to make all the decisions and be in complete control. But he says that successful senior executives make a small amount of quality decisions. In the interview, he says that if he can make 3 important decisions in the day, then he has done his job and even more. Bezos built a framework at Amazon with his employees and team called Disagree and Commit. This is much more than an effective leadership technique. It's a principle which obligates each participant in a meeting to say what they are thinking, even if it means a heated discussion. Your duty is to agree or disagree, but to speak your mind openly. Once everyone in that setting discusses your opinion and agrees with it, then those people can commit to that idea. Personally, I think that is a great approach, and it makes sure that everyone's voice is heard and opinions are being valued. A great way to openly discuss potential flaws and ideas collectively. Ethics of Amazon and Jeff Bezos. Throughout Jeff Bezos' career with Amazon, there have been ongoing ethical analysis of him. There has been an ongoing ethical analysis of him, as well as the company itself. Amazon as a company has gone through varying levels of scrutiny, with an unknown level of blame falling on Bezos himself. Amazon has been caught with some monopolistic tendencies with their emerging publishing company, BookSurge. When BookSurge began, Amazon was influencing and even giving publishing companies ultimatums, almost forcing them to sign on with Amazon's BookSurge. Amazon ultimately lost their lawsuit, allowing for outside publishers to keep their copyrights. There was also a discrepancy between Hachette Publications and Amazon, with allegations that Amazon was making it more difficult for customers to find and purchase copies of books under that publication through eliminating discounts, delaying deliveries, and refusals of pre-publication orders. By having the ability to alter the price of products in their marketplace, Amazon unethically controlled which publishing agencies could profit the most, as well as having the ability to establish the common online price for some creative entities. Amazon was built on the idea that they would be the largest bookstore ever and to be worldwide using the internet. Amazon has evolved from the online bookstore mission statement through the addition of separate product lines, streaming options, and becoming a free marketplace for various products to be traded as well. Amazon has been criticized for owning a free marketplace in which they are also a participant in that marketplace. Amazon is able to use statistics and product analysis from other companies sold on Amazon before ever introducing their own competing product themselves. In addition, from 2015 through 2019, Amazon removed all Apple TV and Google Chromecast products. Removing competitor products helped isolate the Amazon products for consumers to purchase. However, in an unethical way through a supposed free marketplace. Throughout Amazon's history, there have been allegations regarding the mistreatment of factory workers and delivery drivers. It was reported that many workers and drivers would experience poor working conditions, lack of overtime pay, and sometimes missing wages. Whenever employees would attempt to unionize, Amazon historically has been in opposition of those movements. Although it is denied by Amazon, there is a suspicious tie between a union movement in 2001 and a mass layoff of 850 workers almost directly afterward. Bezos has been criticized for being the wealthiest man in the world and not contributing more to society. However, he has proven to be a rather generous person. Bezos has gone on record stating that when he is retired, he will give away an unknown large sum of money in some form of a nonprofit. In addition, Bezos' parents run the Bezos Family Foundation, with Bezos contributing to the Bezos Day One Fund in multiple installments in upwards of $90 million. Bezos' upcoming and substantial donation will be his first installment of $2 billion and hopes to establish free tuition, preschools, and family-oriented homeless shelters in low-income areas. In conclusion, Jeff Bezos is a great marketer because of his innovation and pioneering of his industry. His main focus was always on the customer, and he put his energy into what they needed and made great products, and he began to revolutionize the online sales and technological industries. Once his products were selling themselves, Bezos began to add marketing and advertising to promote what he was offering the world. Jeff Bezos, in essence, is a great marketer because of what he did to create a product and service that people didn't know they needed until it was invented. He is a customer-oriented businessman who doesn't care about the competition, but rather what his company can do for the world.